Welcome back to my series covering the Constitution of the Freedom Founders of the United States, more commonly called the Freedom Constitution. We will be covering Article 2, Sections 2 and 3 in this clip. And as a reminder, this is not a call to violence or a call to revolt against the government. This is a set of policies that the Freedom Founders would like to see enacted by the politicians of today to reform the government to create more freedom for all citizens and non-citizens of the United States. I will also say it is incumbent upon politicians to actually enact these policies to ensure the longevity of the United States. Along with the Freedom Constitution, the Freedom Founders are also writing additional supplemental policies, such as the Minimum Quality of Life Act, to help ensure the longevity and prosperity of citizens and non-citizens of the United States. So with that little intro, let's get started. Section 2. The President of the United States shall provide Congress with the information of the state of the Union, during which the President will make recommendations for needed legislation. Such addresses will be made publicly available through live broadcast to all citizens and non-citizens. So in the opening portion of Section 2, we can see that the President of the United States still does address the Congress with a State of the Union address. It will be made available, it will be broadcast, so all citizens and non-citizens may tune into that if they choose to. They have the freedom to listen to the State of the Union address. Also, during the State of the Union address, one of the key points of it is to make recommendations for legislation to the Congress, because Congress doesn't always get things right, and sometimes they miss very important things that should be legislated, and the President has the opportunity to bring that up to Congress and say these are the things that should become law. The President may call to quorum either house or both houses of Congress when there is a disagreement between the President and Congress on matters of legislation that is being debated but not passed or defeated in a timely manner. So what this is saying is that if Congress is stomping their feet and drawing out the timeline and they're just procrastinating, the President can call the Senate and the House of Representatives together and say, hey, you guys have wasted too much time, get the job done. Pass this legislation or throw it away. Any such call to quorum may not last greater than 36 hours and must be used to discuss legislation that sits before the House or houses being called. So what this says is if the President does actually call together either the Senate or the House of Representatives or both about legislation that they're stalling on, he or she, the President, has to actually discuss the legislation that's being stalled. It can't be some kind of performative stunt. It actually has to be meaningful. It can't last more than 36 hours. So that the President cannot call Congress to quorum and just delay the legislative acts of Congress or keep Congress from carrying out their duties. It can't be used as a tactic to stop Congress from doing its job. The President will welcome, host, and meet with foreign ambassadors and other foreign ministers. That's the same as today. The President entertains foreign leaders when they visit the United States. The President must ensure the laws of the United States be faithfully executed and shall commission all the officers of the United States. So this is pretty simple. The United States President is in charge of carrying out the laws. Congress makes the laws. The judiciary interprets the laws, and the President enforces the laws, same as always. And the President commissions all officers of the United States. So if there's any officer within the United States, it's the President's job to commission or bring them into the office of officer. All right, that concludes Section 2. Let's take a look at Section 3. That ends Section 2. Now let's look at Section 3. The President, Vice President, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, having or obtaining citizenship of other nations while in office, not making government information publicly available in alignment with this Constitution, violating the privacy of United States citizens or United States non-citizens in violation of this Constitution, failing to uphold and defend this Constitution, depriving United States citizens or United States non-citizens of food, water, housing, or healthcare, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. As you can see here, there's a pretty stark contrast between this Constitution and the current Constitution of the United States. The current Constitution limits this particular clause to treason and other high crimes and misdemeanors, whereas this Constitution, the Freedom Constitution, also lists a number of other things that aren't even laws in the United States currently. This Constitution, the Freedom Constitution, says that the Vice President and all civil officers can be removed from office and prosecuted for not only treason, but also bribery and obtaining citizenship of another country, which means that they no longer have pure sworn allegiance to the United States. It also says that they can be removed from office and prosecuted if they violate the privacy of the people of the United States, or if they fail to uphold and defend the Constitution, or if they deprive people of food, water, housing, or healthcare. If the United States government deprives people of food, water, housing, and healthcare, they can be removed from office and prosecuted as criminals or other high crimes and misdemeanors, which high crimes and misdemeanors is wording used in the current Constitution. But we can see that stark difference right there. The people of the United States under this Constitution have a right that is a crime to violate, to food, water, housing, or health care. And of course, privacy. Under this Constitution recognizes that privacy is a fundamental necessity to ensure the freedom of both citizens and non-citizens. Without privacy, there is no guarantee to freedom. Without access to food, water, housing, or healthcare, there is no guarantee of freedom. So this Freedom Constitution really is about ensuring American citizens and non-citizens can peaceably enjoy their citizenship and non-citizenship within the United States in a state of actual freedom. Thank you for joining me to discuss Article 2, Sections 2 and 3. I hope that I've made a new friend and that you'll come back to discuss Article 3 tomorrow. I hope everyone has a great day. Today is Friday, so I hope you actually have a great weekend as well. Enjoy the lovely weather. I know it's supposed to rain some places, but for certain people, rain is a good thing. So I hope you enjoy the weather and have a great time. Go touch some grass. That's pretty important these days. And again, if you enjoy hearing about the Freedom Constitution and the Freedom Founders, please subscribe or follow depending on where you're seeing this. Please feel free to share the information. One of the basic freedoms that the Freedom Founders support is the basic to not only create information but to share that information. Thank you. I hope I see you tomorrow.